Fabio's victory at Portimao made it 3 wins out of 3 races for Yamaha so far this season, but it's not all roses for the Yamaha camp. The other side of the garage started the 2021 campaign with a lot of promise and bold statements, which hyped up the expectation, but just 2 races later, they are already being haunted by the ghosts from the past. Let's get into Vinales' Portuguese GP and get this video started. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. Vinales started both races of the season opener doubleheader from the first row, and despite poor starts, mainly due to lack of a front hole shot device, managed to win the first one and come home in a decent P5 in the second one, just 2 seconds behind the race winner. At the time, it seemed like Maverick would be one of the top dogs in the title fight this year. Come Portuguese GP, and he started strong by topping the first practice session on Friday. But all of a sudden, he started to struggle to stay in top 10 through the rest of the practice sessions. FP4 brought another ray of hope when he finished in P4, but bad luck came back in Q2 when 2 of his fast lap times, one of which was faster than the lap record, were cancelled due to track limits violation by a hair's width, and he was relocated to the back of the 4th row for the start of the race, while his teammate topped the whole of Saturday including the qualifying. Still, all was not lost because Fabio's performance meant Yamaha had the pace to do the business on Sunday. But on Sunday, Maverick fell from P12 to P20 at the start, and while the leading group were doing 140s, the best he could manage was a 141 pace. Towards the end of the race, his pace improved to mid-40s, but by that time the race leader Quartararo was comfortably in 139s. Even after a lot of riders crashed out ahead of him, he couldn't crack his way into top 10 and finished a whopping 23.7 seconds behind the race winner. When asked about his dip from the race-winning pace in Qatar to struggling in Portimao, he agreed that he is worried and this is not normal. Vinales said, "I am especially worried because it is a tough season to go like that. It's hard to keep focus and especially the motivation when you see yourself you could win the first 2 races and then you arrive to the next track and you struggle to be in top 10. Fortunately, some riders crashed and allowed us something better. But today was difficult. It was a difficult race. I cannot explain why. The feeling was really similar during all the weekend. Very low grip. The only time I had a good grip was on the last tire in the qualifying, which made a huge difference. If they didn't cancel my lap, it was to be in pole position. So basically all weekend we were struggling and we didn't find out why. But it's time to check, it's time to see and to improve, because otherwise we will be in the same issue as every year. We started winning everything and then little by little we slow down. This is not positive. We need to keep working as we did and see if we can find something. For sure we can take out something from this race because it was not normal what I was feeling on the bike." He admits he didn't have the pace to win, but reckons that he would have managed to finish in top 5 had his pole-worthy lap time not been cancelled. And now it's time for the quick fix. The biggest disappointment of 2021 till now has been the performance of the KTMs. The struggle started right from the pre-season test and has not stopped yet. But Brad Binder's 15th to 5th in Portuguese GP might just be the ray of hope KTM is looking for in these dark times. KTM's strength, as we know from last year, is the heartbreaking stability, and that is where they make up most of their advantage. But heartbreaking is also hard on, you guessed it, the tires. Michelin's front tire allocation so far has been missing the one tire which the KTM used the most last year. Oliveira even said that the whole bike was designed to work with that tire, and when that tire itself becomes unavailable, the bike loses its prime advantage. Binder revealed that a few minor changes at the front of the bike helped make the bike sort of rideable, but they still can't brake hard into the corners as the soft compound simply disappears after just a couple of laps. In Portuguese GP, we saw 6 riders crash and only Oliveira managed to rejoin the race and ultimately finished 1 lap down. While Miller admitted he crashed due to his own mistake and Zarco crashed out of the podium position due to a possible gearbox issue, Alex Rins from P2 and Valentino Rossi from the fringes of P10 were left wondering why they crashed, as they did nothing different from the previous laps. Even after discussing the crashes with each other, they still don't know why they lost the front like they did. Despite the DNF in Portuguese GP, Rossi is positive for the upcoming races. Previously worried by his performance in Qatar doubleheader, Vale is now confident that they have made a step forward with the bike setup, which improves braking and acceleration in race setting. And the same was shown on Sunday when the veteran was running a decent race pace while recovering from P15 to fringes of top 10 before crashing out on lap 15. What do you think? Will the same old story of lack of rear grip repeat for Vinales this year as well, or will he be able to finally find his way back to the top? Will KTM be able to adapt their bike enough to make the soft tire last throughout the race and be competitive at the same time? How far will Rossi be able to bounce back at Jerez and also Vinales? It's a strong track for Yamaha after all. Let me know in comment section below. If you are still here, thank you for watching this video. Check out the entire 2021 MotoGP playlist right here. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting the like button. Also subscribe for more such videos and don't forget to ring the notification bell. Here are 2 more videos you might enjoy. My name is Sankalp and I'll be back with another video very soon.